Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and proud of it, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to check out how Wizards of the Coast has handled the Dungeons and Dragons situation. We talked about that situation before, but if you have been living under a rock, this is basically what happened. Wizards of the Coast wanted to change the open gaming license. They created an outcry of terror and anger from the Dungeons and Dragons community, and they basically were very, very greedy, wanting to monetize everything. And it seems that is a pattern recently by Wizards of the Coast. But yeah, they have been facing pushback from the community. 40,000 plus people canceled their subscription to the online Dungeons and Dragons service, and everybody was really angry, understandably so. It was a bit of a similar situation as the 30th anniversary edition pushback. We are leaving the OGL in place as it is untouched. Yeah, that is basically what it comes down to now. They apologized to the Dungeons and Dragons community and they are willing not to change anything at this moment. This is pretty cool, I think, for the Dungeons and Dragons community at least. Not so much for the Magic the Gathering community, because we did not get an apology. And that is what really bugs me, to be honest. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the Dungeons and Dragons community because they got an apology and we did not get an apology for the stupid 30th anniversary edition. I hate it. I don't like it. I think it's a big mistake by Wizards of the Coast and they should apologize to us for that shitty move as well. That's my opinion. Yes, it's out in the open now. Of course, I'm being ironic, at least to a certain extent. I think there is some truth in my statement. I really don't like the way Wizards of the Coast is handling things at the moment, and I think we need to continue speak out against it. I am trying my best. I think we all have gotten silent after everything, blew over a bit with the 30th anniversary edition, and a lot of people personally tell me either in the comments or on Discord or in personal conversations that they still don't buy a lot because they are still angry about the 30th anniversary edition. And don't get me wrong, I am really happy for the Dungeons and Dragons community. This worked out for them and they got that apology. I'm a Dungeons and Dragons player myself. I told you before, I'm not as active as the active Dungeons and Dragons community as I normally play the Dark Eye more every weekend, but Dungeons and Dragons, I have a lot of books. I enjoy the system, and I think it's great that people create content for that system. Other people than Wizards of the Coast, and that is definitely something I appreciate. But there needs to be an apology, I think. Why can't they just talk about things? Why can't they address things? Why do they leave us angry? Why do they leave us hanging in the air when it comes to the fact that they might just do this again? I want a statement like they did here. We're gonna leave the OGL untouched. We're gonna leave the fucking reserved list untouched. We're gonna leave the things we established as good untouched. And not only the reserved list. I know a lot of people hate the reserved list as well, but in general, it's necessary for the game. It's my opinion. I know. If you are against the reserved list, good for you. I think Magic the Gathering, and we saw what happened. There are a lot of people that are pissed that they reprinted the reserved list cards in the 30th anniversary edition. So there might be some more to on the side of being for the reserved list than against the reserved list at the moment. Stability of the game, consumer confidence. We need this. We need this, Wizards of the Coast. Why can Dungeons and Dragons get an apology, and why don't you explain anything to us? Why don't you apologize for the mistakes you made? Folks, have a great weekend. Stay healthy, stay frosty. I'm gonna leave you a bit agitated. Not angry. Not good for my blood pressure. But I am really disappointed in how Wizards of the Coast is doing things over the last couple of months and maybe even years, but it is really apparent over the last couple of months. We need that apology. We need an explanation. We need assurance. We need to be able to move forward without hesitating to buy product because we're still all pissed. This is not good for anybody. This needs to change. This needs to be addressed. And if they can address it for the Dungeons and Dragons community, they certainly can address it for the Magic the Gathering community as well. I am very adamant about it. I won't stop talking about it. Not like so many others that just seem to have forgotten what happened like 2 months ago. Impossible. Impossible. Inconceivable. Have a great weekend, folks. Like I said, stay healthy, stay frosty. I talk to you next time. Thanks a lot for listening. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.